My name is Anna Richardson and I am privileged to be able to officiate this evening in the original boutique hotel Blake's in Suite. And this is a sort of marriage of sorts between the Mr and Mrs Smith team and your very good selves, who are all some of the best known wedding and honeymoon bloggers in the UK, so with standard reverence. You guys set up Mr and Mrs Smith 10 years ago, 11 years ago?
11 years ago, yeah.
And the natural progression now is to have moved into booking honeymoons as well, and basically tailor-making honeymoons for the perfect romantic break. I'm just going to sort of read out your credentials here, because I remember when you were set up. Mr and Mrs Smith have grown to be a huge global brand. They now, I can't believe this, you're working with over 900 hotels in over 40 countries, with offices in London, New York, Melbourne and Hong Kong. They are the go-to company that couples seek out for quality breaks with a personal touch. It's absolutely fair to say, isn't it, that every single one of your hotels, everything you recommend has been vetted, undercover by your Smith team.
Yes.
So it does not go in the book or on the website.
So the Smith team go to every hotel and they know that we're coming. So they get the inside story, they get to see as many rooms as possible so that we can actually do the recommendations, and then we send an anonymous couple so they get the story.
And if it is not good enough, it doesn't go on the site or in the
It's subject to the anonymous review.
Absolutely.
We just thought, you know, there are no guidebooks out there that really give you the information that you need to know about a hotel to make it a great place to stay for weekenders. And so, you know, that's how we built Mr and Mrs Smith. We thought, yeah, we'll write a guidebook and show them how to do it. I'm not sure I'm an expert, but because I've seen so many hotels, you tend to love bits of each hotel for what they are. So I'm as happy in a 3-room restaurant with rooms, B&B or pub, as I am, you know, all singing and dancing 5-star luxury hotel being pampered. It's just a different experience. But as long as it's stylistically correct and the atmosphere is great, the service is good, you know, it is a Smith hotel, those different experiences can be just as valuable. Choose destinations where there are some really interesting budget options. So for example, Morocco, I know Rachel, is thinking about Morocco for her honeymoon. Some of the riads in the centre of Marrakesh are really reasonable and stunning, absolutely stunning. And then going up into the Atlas Mountains will cost a little bit more, but there are kind of luxury tented camps up there, and that's really special. So that kind of thing really works. Or Asia. So Asia has the best budget options at the moment. Thailand, there's a really great budget place. I think it's called Muse in Bangkok. And then, you know, you can tailor. There's pretty much something for every budget in Thailand. You can just choose where you live. But then, if you're on a budget, keep it closer to home and don't spend the money on the long haul travel. So one of our best budget options at the moment is Brody House in Budapest.
Oh yeah.
And it's just a stunning artist club, members place, which it feels very real to Budapest. So if you're having a city honeymoon, it's a really interesting place to go. It has some of the most gorgeous architecture, a bit like Paris in the old part of Budapest. And then down where Brody House is, it feels very real. It's very vibrant club life and drinking. But obviously I'm going to say this, but I think after 11 years, one of the reasons that we're coming out to you guys now and talking about honeymoons is that obviously we were very well known for weekends away. And now after 11 years, we've got to a stage where I think we feel really confident in dealing with people's honeymoons. So we've invested where other companies have just gone, it's all about online, and the quick turnaround booking and booking online, which we can do as well. We, quite a while ago, invested very heavily in bringing people in-house to actually speak to people on the phone. So our plan for the company is to be completely channel neutral. So if you want to make a booking online and just do it quickly, you can, but if you want to plan a honeymoon and you want some experts and you want somebody on the other end of the phone to talk to about it, we're there as well. So we have our travel team, and over the past few years we've been investing not only in them but in the technology behind them. So we've just put in a huge telephone system which allows us to fail over calls to all of our offices. So now we're 24/7 with our offices in New York and Melbourne and London.
Which is extraordinary.
It is great. It means that if you're on a Smith trip and you get into trouble, there's always going to be someone on the end of the phone for you at a local dial rate.
That's impressive. That's really impressive. Yeah.
But you know, this year for us is all about finally being able to really shout about our travel team, because they're amazing. They really are. They travel. They love boutique hotels almost as much as I do. They really do, and they spend all day every day talking to people, helping them choose the right hotel. And we're really seeing the company as almost like a matchmaker. So if you want us to, we will really take a brief from you, try and understand what kind of hotels you love and want to be in, what kind of experience you want, and match you with the perfect hotel. I think it's definitely all about the experience. So we have a terrible industry term called the fly and flop.
What's the fly and flop?
The fly and flop. That's for people who want a honeymoon where they get off the plane, they flop onto the beach and they don't move. Okay. But for people who don't, I think what we're seeing is increasingly people who aren't satisfied with just that. Who want to feel like they come back from their honeymoon having gained something or brought an experience back with them. And one of the things that we're seeing that is so hot right now is cookery. I know it's been around for a very long time, but a lot of hotels in the UK this year will open cookery schools, new, or start cookery classes. I think we've gone through the era of the spa, and we're coming to the age of cookery. And so, you know, all our Vietnam hotels offer Vietnamese cookery courses, Marrakesh as well, you know, you can do that, or you can learn a bit of Arabic or Arabic scroll.